Hi guys, Blake and Levi here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina here on Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is, yeah, you can shut the motor off. It's a day that ends with Y, and that is Tuesday, July the 13th. And we are going to do the one cast for you today. Alright, let me get this boat situated here. We're getting pushed all over the lake here. I'm going to try to attempt to hold the boat sideways. Alright. Perfect. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should point the nose the other way. Okay, so Levi and I have boated up. We are going to start across from the tennis court over here on the south bank. They are running 3 units of water today. Just trying to get that camera lens out of the sun a little bit. There we go. We'll just have to drift nose forward here. So it's been an eventful 24 hours for me today. So if I sound a little slow, there's a good reason for it. I've been fishing since 10 o'clock last night. Fished on Bull Shoals from 10 until 4 this morning. Went home, got some stuff together. Levi, Darren, and I all went to Crane Creek today, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a little bit. And fished for the McLeod rainbows. That was a lot of fun. And now I'm back out here fishing again to do the one cast. So it's been about 18 hours almost straight, minus some drive time of fishing. So today we're both going to start off. We're going to drag some jerk baits today. Levi's using the Signature Series rainbow trout, 2.5 foot of 4-pound leader with an 1/8 ounce bell sinker, and that's got a size 12 snap swivel holding the bell sinker that slides up and down the line, and then a size 12 barrel swivel to hold the leader. And we've got the belly hooks taken off these baits. I've got one of the baits that we order from that come already painted. The cheaper ones here. This one looks like a carp, and I don't remember what it's called right now, so we're just going to call it the carp. It really looks pretty familiar to a sucker fish. And I've got all the same rig there. We're both using Lilley's Landing 6'6" medium light action rods with a fast action tip. These rods are kind of all around great for dragging stuff on the bottom. They're great for jigging. They're just an all-around good length and action rod for fishing Lake Taneycomo. And Levi already hooked up. Okay. So like I said, they are running 3 units right now. This is a great current for drifting the jerk baits. However, I don't know how long they've been running this today because I haven't been here. I've been paying attention to the schedule for today, but it looks like most of the moss is at least cleared up, flowing in the water. There's probably still some moss buildup on the bottom that we're going to have to deal with here. So wasn't here today. I don't know of any fishing reports from Lake Taneycomo, but I can give you my fishing reports from last night and today. So last night on Bull Shoals, me and a buddy fished after dark for walleye. It wasn't a night for catching the most walleye that we've ever caught in a night, but I did catch my personal best walleye at 9.08 pounds and 29.5 inches long. And if we can get it worked out, I'll send Phil the pictures from last night's excursion on Bull Shoals and some of the pictures from Crane Creek today. Maybe we can get those posted on the video tonight. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what happened there. The camera just beeped and shut off on us, so I really hope it recorded the first part of that. Anyway, we'll try to, if we can, get some of those pictures from last night uploaded. And then this morning, Darren, Levi, and I all met here at Lilleys and rode together up to Crane Creek. What a fun drive that was. I'll save a long story. Lots of laughs, but a 30-mile drive somehow turned into an hour-and-a-half long drive. And I think we explored most of the countryside on that part of Missouri. But it was a really fun time. Crane Creek is an awesome fishery. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I know everything about Crane Creek, but I know that a long time ago they stocked a strain of rainbow trout called the McLeod there, and for somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 or 80 years it has
100 years, I think it was.
Or 100 years it has not been stocked. It's a spring-fed creek, and those rainbow trout have been reproducing there since then. And so really interesting place. It's completely in the woods. You know, it's not like your trout parks or anything. It's a, for the most part, natural wild stream, and you're in the woods the whole time. It's very peaceful, very relaxing, except for the mosquitoes. Man, the mosquitoes were bad back in there. These rainbow trout back there generally aren't very big. Most of the ones that we were catching were in the, yeah, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8-inch range. But I don't think they see a whole lot of people other than the few people that go and fish there. They just, like any wild trout, act just like a wild trout. They fight very hard even for how little they are. They're very finicky. If you catch one in a hole where there's other fish, you kind of got to move to another hole because they get spooked that easily. But it's a different experience. The kind of gear we were using out there was short 7'6" fly rods, 3-weight line, 3-weight rod, and no fish on the first cast. I started off today at Crane throwing what was called a clinkin hammer, which is a dry fly, and we saw them hitting flies all day on the surface, but I did manage to catch 5, I think, on the... Got one?
I think so.
All right, Levi is hooked up.
Oh, come on.
Dang it, Levi is not hooked up anymore. I'm gonna scoot the boat out a little bit since you're reeled in. So anyway, it's really cool to catch them on the dry fly, and you know, you gotta, I mean, you literally have to walk the bank and look down and find the fish and get down in the water softly.
Ninja-like abilities.
Yes, I think the website description said that you needed ninja-like abilities. That's what we read on our way down there this morning, which wasn't entirely false. You definitely had to be careful as you stepped in the stream, and you know, present your flies far enough upstream of the fish in order to get them to look at it. If you threw it right over the top of them, it just spooked them. So it was just like fishing a wild trout stream, but a ton of fun. And the other fly I think we did the best on was the miracle fly, the egg pattern. And any wild stream that I've ever fished, egg patterns usually do pretty good. That's in a place where they reproduce and the eggs flow down the stream. That's something they're looking for as a food source. But the quarters, the stream itself is not very wide at all. There are parts that are extremely tight. Like I said, it's in the woods. There's trees all around you. You need that shorter rod. And you're still gonna backcast into some trees. We definitely put our fair share of flies in the trees today. But a very neat experience, and those fish are very pretty. The McLeod rainbow, in a lot of ways, looks really similar to the rainbows they raise in the hatchery here, but they're just a little more colorful. Their dot patterns are just slightly different.
Definitely something to scratch off the bucket list.
Yeah, if you're a big fly fisherman, you want to experience what maybe wild trout fishing is like. That is one here in Missouri that is in the terms of wild trout. There was a lot of, there's a lot of searching out your spots. You walk the bank, you look down, you find the deep pockets where you know there's going to be some fish setting in, or you look for the, some kind of hatch going on with the fish eating something off the top, and then you just try to match that or get it in the same area. Ooh, it's hot out here. I will say that under normal conditions, it would seem like you really don't need a full pair of chest waders to go out there. We never really encountered any spots where a pair of hip waders or even just a pair of wet wading socks to go in your wading boots wouldn't have done the trick. So we were just a touch warm all day, but like I said, it is in the woods, so it was pretty well shaded just about everywhere we went. Hey now.
Hey now.
We just talked to Talon. Talon's up here fishing, and he said he had caught one 18-incher on a jig and one 18-incher on a 606 signature series, and I didn't Sculpin 606. He had just started fishing. Oh, did you get one? Oh yeah, we get to see what a fish looks like today. Oh, and the one thing I will say is right towards the end of our trip at Crane today, I managed to land a 16-inch McLeod rainbow, which is a massive rainbow there. Whereas this one that Levi's got here is probably about 15 or so. And that's pretty casual for here, but there, most of those fish, like I said, we were catching were 5 to 8 inches long, so a 16-incher was absolutely enormous. Yes, pliers right here, sir. Make sure you show it to the camera. It might be the only one we get to see today. And Captain Jeremy Raznick's up there just in front of us. Looks like they might be fishing some scuds on the fly rods. I am dragging quite a bit of moss with the old carp here. When you're out here and you're dragging the jerk baits, you really gotta, you know, continue to pay attention to how that bait feels as you're pulling it. You need to feel it wiggling on the bottom, and if it's not, you need to reel it in and find out why. Oh, hey, look. Another fish. So we are just now going through the narrows, getting ready to pop out at the beginning of the narrows here. And it seemed that the bite maybe, I'm just going to pick him up by the jerkbait here. Nice little hook set right there in the top lip. Okay, all right, I get it. Oh, I guess I never finished describing what all I was using here. So the reel that I have on, well, actually, the one that Levi is holding is the Presidential 30, which is the slightly bigger one. It's actually one I use for throwing jerk baits at night as well. And that's the one I put my 6-pound line on. And the one I'm holding here is the Presidential 25, and I've got 4-pound on it. It's kind of the one I use for jigging, but whenever we're dragging jerk baits, you don't really need any more than 4-pound. You can get away with the 6-pound because you have a 4-pound leader, but you don't really need any more than 4 pounds, so either one will do. And as for this method goes, for me it's one of those methods that has a higher probability of producing bigger fish. It may not be the method to catch the most fish all the time, but there's times where this dragging a jerkbait on the bottom with the faster flows is just phenomenal. But it seems to be at least a consistent method to catch some fish, and it's really simple. If you're taking someone out fishing who maybe never been out here before, it's a really easy method that you can let someone do that works a good percentage of the time and at least catches a few fish. Camera's still going. This is still counting time. I don't know why it shut off. Okay. Well, we're just gonna pray that the audio is still working as well. Reach up there and catch Jeremy behind the ear.
Close.
Well, I think we'll go to I don't know, we might go down to Fall Creek, yeah. Looks like a good finish point. Right now we're just coming up on the end of Eagle Island. We're kind of right out here on the edge of the flat where it drops off into some deeper water. Those edges are always good spots to drift. Oh, I saw a fish. My jerkbait's gonna go right in front of him. didn't get that one. Oh, that was a good bite. Interesting, they shut the water off here last night starting at midnight and had the water off all the way until 6 a.m. I don't know if that's just a fluke or a one-time thing or if that's getting ready to be a pattern. What I can tell you is I'm going to be losing a lot more sleep if that is going to be a pattern. Because getting out at the dam at night and being able to wait all that and throw streamers on a fly rod and throw the Signature Series is just being able to wait up there is just really fun. Lots of opportunities to try stuff that you may not get to do all the time. Another thing I can tell you is that this 3 units of water is fast enough to continue dragging these jerk baits down, around, and probably even down close to our dock. Now once you get, with only 3 units running, once you get somewhere past our dock, the bait starts moving a little too slow, doesn't quite get the right action. We've got some smaller baits up in the shop called the 639 model, and you might be able to put those on like a 16th ounce weight instead of an 1/8 ounce and maybe get them to drag a little further. But effectively, anywhere in the trophy area right now with this much water, at least all the way down to Trout Hollow Lodge and maybe down to our dock, and caught some really nice fish outside of the trophy area even here. We are just now hitting the mouth of Fall Creek. I might go for just a second longer. I did remember one fishing report for today, and someone who came and rented a boat from us today, they were out drifting night crawlers. I'm not exactly sure what their location was, but they did land a 26-inch brown, beautiful male. So that is the one fishing report that I do know about. I saw it posted when we were on our way back from Crane. Oh boy. Well, we made it past the mouth of Fall Creek. I think we're going to call it a day. We appreciate you guys watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we will get out here and do it again for you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.